What do you think will be the best way of identifying those at risk of dementia before they become symptomatic?
I think that it partly depends on what type of dementia. So, well, the most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's disease, and it's likely that there'll be some tests that we'll be able to do in the general population that will help us work out that someone's at risk of developing dementia. We get a lot of evidence from some of the work we do here at UCL on people who have a genetic form of dementia. So they have a genetic form that passes down from one person down to the next. And we can study them before the onset of symptoms. And the work so far suggests that there may well be a type of scan. So in Alzheimer's disease, an amyloid PET scan, to maybe able to see that actually there are changes in the brain that might happen 10-15 years before onset, or there may be some kind of blood test or spinal fluid test, and again from that same studies we see that there are changes in spinal fluid 10-15 years before people develop symptoms.
And do you think that they will ever get to the stage of having screening for dementia, or will we end up with too many worried well?
Well, I think that's difficult, because at the moment those tests that I talk about are not completely specific, so we need to think about how predictive they are that you are going to get Alzheimer's disease, and what we don't know is how many years after that test becomes positive that you're going to develop Alzheimer's disease. And of course it needs to be something that is cheap enough to use in the general population, and these tests are quite expensive at the moment. So if we can develop a test that's relatively cheap, that's got very good specificity, so we know that it's going to tell us that you definitely have Alzheimer's disease or dementia, and then that it's going to tell you when you're going to get it, so that's important as well, then I mean I can see that there is going to be screening, and I can see that that will be the way that we will cure dementia, and we're heading that way. It's just hard to know when.